Hi, friends. I'm Siobhan McDonald from Granger Street Studios, coming to you from my super bright studio today. Let's get started with our program. Welcome, everyone, to our program today. I'm guessing you can figure out what this is going to be all about. But before we start, I'd like to thank our host for this program, AgeSpan. They've been hosting us and sending you this program every month for several years. We're so thankful for all they do in our communities. And this program would not be possible without Right at Home Boston North. They're an award-winning home health care company, and they've been sponsoring us for as long as this program has been around. Thank you, Right at Home. As I said before, welcome to our program today, The Art of Cats. Cats have long captivated us. They are pets, but also powerful symbols in art, literature, and more. Cats were an important part of ancient Egyptian life and are featured prominently in their art. Cats were depicted in a variety of ways, including statues and sculptures. Sometimes those sculptures had cat-like heads, like the one you can see on your left. For example, the goddess Bastet. She was often depicted with a cat's head and symbolized fertility and motherly affection. Cats were also depicted in mosaics, reliefs, and paintings. Here's a mosaic from a house in Pompeii. Prince Thutmose of Egypt is best remembered for the limestone sarcophagus he had carved with his beloved cat on the front of it. This sarcophagus is completely decorated with scenes. The lid is inscribed with hieroglyphics. It shows the cat here in the front sitting before an offering table heaped with goodies for the afterlife. In ancient Egypt, cats were sacred animals. People dedicated mummified cats at the sanctuary of the cat goddess Bastet as offerings. Cats were also pets, just like they are today, and were sometimes mummified and placed in tombs with their owners. The belief was that by placing cats and their owners in the same tomb, the pair could remain together in the afterlife. That's very sweet. So I guess it shouldn't surprise us that the ancient Egyptians valued cat jewelry. Cats were great representations to symbolize many characteristics of Egyptian deities, such as divinity, health, wealth, family, protection, good fortune, and more. But something that surprised me is just how popular cat jewelry is today. There are hundreds of companies that specialize in making all sorts of elegant accessories to wear with your favorite outfit. I wonder if you own any cat jewelry. Cat-related art and jewelry has a long and illustrious history. Cats have always been loved and cherished in all cultures. Some of these jewels are way out of my budget, like this ring on the left that sells for $45,000, and the piece on the right, the bracelet, $60,000. Yikes. Yes, we've loved cats for a long time, and maybe you've loved them too. There are so many different breeds of cats. On the left, you can see the 10 most popular breeds in the United States. And apparently this one, the Maine Coon cat, is one of the most popular cats in New England. I thought you'd enjoy this picture of my daughter's cat, Batman. Yes, he's the all-black cat just hanging out on the bed with the two dogs. And you'll notice Batman is very comfy, fast asleep, and relaxed. The dogs have their eyes open. They're always a little cautious around Batman. He rules the house for sure. Did you have a cat when you were young or as an adult? Maybe you had more than one cat. Did you get your cat when it was a kitten or was it already grown? Thank you for sharing your stories. Now let's watch a short video about a cat who figured out a clever way to get more food and pats on the head.
We had a little orange kitty show up in our neighborhood, and everyone was kind of trying to decide, is he a stray? Does he have a home?
Good morning, sir.
my daughter asked if we could start feeding him, and we did. Pretty much every day, stroll up our driveway, and my daughter Coco would bring him out food. She'd wake up in the morning and look out the window and go,
Waffles is here. Waffles is here.
Waffles is here.
She fell in love with him. And we all did, our whole family did, and it became one of the most exciting parts of our day that Waffles is here. After about a month or so, we had him show up one day and he had a collar on. And so that's when we realized that Waffles was actually not a stray and that he has a home.
Sweet boy.
We kind of started to form a relationship with the owner, and now we kind of share a cat. His name by day is Waffles, and then he goes home and settles down as Max. All of the neighbors around us know him, and so everyone's kind of keeping tabs on where he's at for the day. I fully believe that Waffles spread the word that this is the house to come to, because I've looked out on my front walkway and there's cats laying out there, just laying out there. And Coco's named them all.
What's this kitty's name?
Tawny.
Tawny. Is Tawny one of Waffles' friends?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, Mom.
So we're the second family for a couple cats, but Waffles our main guy. He is magic. Waffles is pure magic, and it's what's inspired me to write my first children's book and publish it. It's been a dream come true. Beyond just having an outdoor cat that visits us, it's opened up Coco's ability to understand what it means to care for an animal and to learn that responsibility. And it's given us such a cool keepsake that when she's older and, you know, she moved on and she has her own pet, she'll always remember this little orange cat named Waffles. And she has the book to remember it by. He means everything. We love him so much.
How cute is that? I love that kitty cat figured out a way to adopt another family. Twice the food and twice the fun. It's time to look at some paintings. Henriette Ronner Nip lived from 1821 to 1909. She was a Dutch-Belgian artist who's best known for her animal paintings, especially cats. She was the first woman admitted to the Dutch Art Society, which played a key role in the arts of the Netherlands. In her later years, she had a house with a large garden where she kept hunting dogs, cats, and a parrot that she used as models. And if we look at this painting, oh my goodness, how many cats are here? Well, we have one dog and then a mommy cat here with 1, 2, 3 babies, but I just happened to look up on this chair and here's another baby up top here, snuggled under the newspaper. What a charming work of art. Franz Marc is one of the most famous animal paintings of the late 19th, early 20th century. For him, animals were the ideal symbol of purity, truth, and beauty. In this oil on paper from 1912, he celebrates the tranquility of an everyday scene, a cat sleeping on a cushion. Here we're looking at a print by a famous Japanese artist, Hiroshige. This cute and chubby white bobtail cat is biting a blue string. With hind legs braced against the ground, he appears ready to pounce. If you are a cat owner, you know this cat's face very well. Susan Valadon is fun to look at. She was a French painter and a model. In 1894, she became the first woman painter admitted to the Société Nationale des Beaux-Arts. She painted still lifes, portraits, flowers, and landscapes that are noted for their strong composition and vibrant colors. She was also a cat lover and often painted her cats, especially her favorite that you see here, Ramino. Isn't he sweet? And I'm wondering if you're noticing this gorgeous fabric in the background. I love how that brings our eye right around to the beautiful Ramino. Ooh, this one's quite frightening, isn't it? Pablo Picasso's Cat Catching a Bird was created in a couple of versions in 1939. This was the year of the outbreak of the war for him there in France. Many other cat paintings focus on the cute, adorable side of our feline friends, but the start of World War II inspired Picasso in a much darker way. The bird struggles desperately to free itself from its tormentor's hold. Very symbolic for Picasso. Picasso's cat was a cruel one. Time for a smiling one. Min Zhen was a Chinese painter. It's hard to find any information about this gorgeous chunky cat, but maybe no more comments are needed here. He has just eaten all the cat food in the world and is happy now. Here's another charming painting. Artist Marguerite Girard often used costumes and settings from a few centuries earlier when she painted. Many of her paintings illustrate the experiences of motherhood and childhood within the household, and several emphasize the importance of music and female companionship. Cat companionship is equally important, as we can see in this painting. I'm wondering if this little puppy dog is getting a little jealous and wants a sip of the milk from that dish. 55 cats appear in this print by the Japanese illustrator Kuniyoshi. One of them crawls out of a basket. A few catch rats. Others eat fish. Kuniyoshi loved cats. When he became a teacher, his students noticed that his studio was overrun by them. This painting shows Renoir's love of cats. Here's a portrait of Julie Manet. Her parents, who were friends with Renoir, commissioned the work in 1887. The painting itself steps away from Renoir's usual impressionist style, which at the time upset many of his friends. The Manets, however, appreciated the care and effort that Renoir put into the work. Gwen-John was a Welsh artist who worked in France for most of her career. She went to the only art school in the United Kingdom that allowed female students, although there was generally no mixing of men and women on the grounds, in classes, or even in the corridors. You might be wondering, my gosh, Siobhan, why do we have so many women painters here? But I'd like us to think about the opportunities that women had for painting subjects back then, especially in the 18th and 19th and early 20th century. There were so many things that were taboo for them. They couldn't go into a class with models or, typically paint outside with the men. What they had available were domestic subjects. So it's not surprising that we see a lot of paintings of things like children or women with cats. Gwen-John adored her cats, and she depicted them frequently. This one, a tortoiseshell named Edgar Quinet, appears in most of her cat drawings, sometimes with her kittens. The name was taken from the address where Gwen-John lived when she first had the cat. It's a street in Paris. Frida Kahlo was a Mexican painter who loved animals. 2 monkeys, a parrot, 3 dogs, 2 turkeys, an eagle, a black cat, and a fawn. In this painting, we can see her black cat on this shoulder and her monkey over here, along with some dragonflies. Now it's time for some fun facts about cats. If you thought cats spent a lot of their lives sleeping, you'd be right. About 70% of their lives are spent sleeping. And this is absolutely true. There was a cat that was the mayor of an Alaskan town for 20 years. An orange tabby cat called Stubbs was the mayor of Talkeetna, a small town in Alaska, for 20 years. He had several uncontested elections, and although he didn't hold any legislative power, He was loved by locals and tourists alike. Now, if you've ever watched your little kitty charging around the living room when they're feeling lively, you know that cats are pretty quick. But you won't believe this cat fact. They can hit speeds of up to 30 miles an hour. Wowza. Cream Puff, who was born in August of 1967, lived until 2005. He's the oldest cat in the world that's documented at 38 years old. His owner, by the way, also owned the previous oldest cat record holder, who passed away at the grand age of 34. Now, Jake Perry, who is that cat owner, is quite a cat owner. He turned his garage into a movie theater that plays nature documentaries, installed steps onto his walls for the cats to climb, and built a screened enclosure in his backyard to allow his pets to safely enjoy the outdoors. Meet Blackie, the wealthiest cat in the world. When Ben Ray, a successful British antique dealer and known recluse, died in 1988, he left his $12.5 million fortune to his cat, Blackie. He had made a fortune buying and selling antiques, which allowed him to give his cat the pampered life he felt he deserved. Blackie still holds the Guinness World Record for the wealthiest cat, but just so you know, the money was eventually divided equally to 3 cat charities, and they took care of Blackie until he eventually passed away. Cats can't taste sweet things, but people can. Here are a few cat candies and cookies that I found were for sale. There are even some cat-shaped buildings around the world. Several are in Japan, like this one on the left, this little bus stop. How adorable is that? But I also wanted to show you this cute one in Germany. This is actually a kindergarten, and there is a slide in the back. The cat's tail is actually a slide. How fun. But back to Japan. Cats are believed to have come to Japan from China between the 6th and the 10th centuries, carried by Buddhist monks. Cats lived in and around the temples, helping to keep pests away and protect food and scripture. But cats are also viewed by the Buddhist monks as mindful and spiritual beings that can help teach one about the ways of Buddhism. This is because cats are, for the most part, calm, observant, and restful creatures that have mastered all that is Zen, qualities that a monk may spend his whole life honing. Another reason why cats have become such a popular pet in Japanese homes is simply out of practicality. Japan is one of the most densely populated and urbanized nations in the world, thanks to its many massive, highly populated cities. In these cities, apartments are the most common type of housing, with over 70% of Tokyo residents reportedly living in apartments. Since they average under 700 square feet each, and even smaller in some neighborhoods, Japanese people don't have much extra space for pets. Cats are the perfect choice of companion. They take up much less space than a medium or large breed of dog or an animal that requires any type of enclosure, and they don't require outdoor space. Have you ever been to Japan? Maybe you saw these there. The Manakiniko, or beckoning cat, is a common Japanese figurine, which is often believed to bring good luck to the owner. In modern times, they are usually made of ceramic or plastic. The figurine depicts a cat with a paw raised in a beckoning gesture. They're often displayed in shops, restaurants, pachinko parlors, dry cleaners, laundromats, bars, casinos, as well as households pretty much everywhere. Sometimes they're equipped with a mechanical paw which slowly moves back and forth. But as we have already noted, cats are loved around the world. I want to show you a few more famous cat works of art before we end our time together today. Here's a big sculpture in Spain, and all cats are remembered by their owners, but few cute cats are remembered by the world. However, Everybody will remember the late and great Tom Billy because the famously laid-back feline got immortalized with his very own cat statue. Tom Billy rose to fame when somebody snapped and shared a photograph of it chilling in a ridiculously relaxed pose on the streets of Istanbul. You can see this over here on the left. The adorable cat soon became a legend, and so when it passed away, it seemed only right that the famous cat was honored. His pose has been immortalized in the form of a beautiful sculpture that was unveiled in the very same spot where he was originally photographed, showing the world how to chill in style. This beautiful statue will forever be there to remind us that in this increasingly hectic world of ours, sometimes we need to take a moment to relax. On average, house cats and lions share about 95.5% of their DNA. I find that remarkable. Here's a picture of those beautiful cats, the lions, outside the main branch of the New York Public Library. And here are a couple of incredible murals. The one on the left is in New Zealand, and the one on the right is a house in Spain. This is a really funny way to paint your house, isn't it? Even Leonardo da Vinci understood how important and precious cats are. He said the smallest feline is a masterpiece. Let's wrap up today with some cute pictures of cats playing with one of their favorite things, empty boxes. These little guys are so sweet and funny. Now we've reached the end of our slideshow, but I do want to say a final thank you to our friends at AgeSpan and Right at Home Boston North. This is just one way we can connect with you, but I hope you reach out to them with any questions. They have such a commitment to our community and want to work to help you all stay safe, healthy, and connected. I hope you enjoyed our program today. I'll see you again soon with more interesting tidbits from the world of art and culture. Until then, please take care and know I'll be thinking about you. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. I'll see you next month.